Alright, so I'm going to do a quick Dire Maul farm video. I need to test my new video capturing software, and I know that we've got at least one hunter in the guild that's going to be 60 soon, and we'll probably want to start farming DM for gold, get that epic mount. Um, so here we go. First thing you're going to want to do is dismiss your pet. Make sure you have cheetah on and reset the instance if you've just been in there. It's pretty important to run into a fresh instance even if you died, because you're going to know where all the pats are going to be, and it's going to make your runs much more efficient. So I run in, I scattershotted that closest guy to me, and then I'm going to run down this little ledge here. As soon as I drop aggro, I'm going to jump down, call my pet. I'm going to send it in on that farthest mob in the middle archway, and I'm going to send it to this guy over on the right. That's going to take the mobs as far away from me as possible so that I can hopefully get all the way to the other side of the courtyard to the door without having to stop. My pet just died. That mage is going to be the first one to get in range of me, but I should have enough time. Yeah, I'll have enough time. Loot this. Since it's mages behind me, I'm going to go ahead and use that little... Uh-oh. Well, I'm going to have to feign death early here. I think I'm line of sighted from that ogre, but if not, I'm going to jump up here just in case. Nope, didn't aggro him. We're good. That's actually good that that happened though, because that showed you, like, that little ledge right here is a safe spot from melee. So if you ever don't have your feign death, you do something dumb like I just did, you can just jump up there and you'll be fine. Alright, so I summon my pet back. I'm going to tell him to stay where he's at, and then I'm going to send him in to attack this Reaver. I'm going to heal him while he's on the way. The reason that I tell my pet to stay back there is because when I put him on passive after attacking, he's going to run back to his stay location. Since it's way back there, what's going to happen is I'm going to run out of his range, and he's going to despawn. So he's not going to die, which means I'm going to be able to summon him back quicker. It also conserves health. It makes me have to cast heal, mend pet less often. Just overall, it's going to make the run more efficient. Also, as you hopefully saw, I killed the eye. That's always like the #1 priority when you see an eye, is to kill it. It's super easy for hunters. You can just use auto shot, and then when your auto shot goes off, use an arcane shot, and that will always kill the eyes. My pet got slowed here. I sent him on those bugs in that far room, and then I sent him to this next group right here. I should still be okay. This is actually a little bit closer than I would like it to be. When these bugs are right behind you like this, they have a much, much higher chance of feigned death resisting. Oof, okay, thank God they didn't. That's actually pretty lucky. Usually when they're that close to you and you feign, they're just like, fuck you bro, I don't care. And they kill you. The flip side of that is, usually if you get to this wall right here and you feign death and the bugs are still back here in this room, usually you, in fact, I think it's only happened to me one time ever that they were in the room back there and I got on the wall and I feigned death and they resisted. So if you do that, you should be fine. If you ever do get to this wall and they're back here in this room still when you feign death and they resist, you can actually run up this little spine thing here, jump on this little knob, and then jump onto this little platform, this little ledge. Alright, so slip kick, he ran in here. When he gets to like right here, before that group, he turns. When he does that, you can run over to this other side of the wall and you're safe. Alright, I'm going to send my pet in on this group, and then the group by the stairs. Once it aggroes the group on the stairs, I'm going to tell it to run back to that little half wall. And then I'm going to feign death about halfway up the ramp. I'm going to wait for this little slowing debuff cripple to come off of me, and then I'm going to use my invis potion. 3 seconds. Okay, I should be fine. So a lot of hunters will feign death at the base of that ramp, line of sighted. I like to, unless something goes wrong on that previous pull, I like to get halfway up the ramp because it just makes, I mean, look at this. I'm standing up here, no problem, and finally my invis pot wears off. So it just gives you much more room for error. Alright, so I'm going to summon my pet here on that little landing. I'm going to send it in on the ogre, the closest one to me. And then as it's running up, I'm going to heal it. I'm going to place a frost trap right here. Place a frost trap there just because it slows the mobs, and since we've got to use a C4ium charge on that door, it just buys us extra time, keeps our pet from taking too much damage. So I sent it in on this group by the door, and then I sent it to the group over here to the right that's standing by that fire, and then I send him back down the ramp. The reason I send it to the group on the right is because I've had it aggro to me a few times, and it just sucks when that happens. Usually you end up dead, so I just like to be safe. Usually my pet doesn't die there, but I guess I was moving a little slow. Go ahead and revive my pet. Make sure when you call your pet or you revive your pet in here, you always do it line of sighted from this archway, because as these mobs run back, this guy on what is now our left will run past the archway, and if you're standing in this little opening right here, he will aggro to you. And since you have just feigned death after that, um, or before that rather, you're in pretty big trouble if they aggro to you. Alright, so I'm going to send my pet in and run it back. Probably see this as kind of a pattern of essentially what we're doing. Tell pet to stay, send pet in, tell pet to go on passive, and to sprint to get away from the mobs as quickly as possible. And we're going to get to this next checkpoint, feign death, summon pet, tell pet to stay, send pet in, heal pet, and send it in. Angle your camera so you can see this next group. As soon as it aggroes, guard slip kick, send him onto the next group. Once he aggroes them, send him back into the hallway. I'm going to run past these guys. They're going to be, if you did it well, these mastiffs should be right here. Tab target them, get, well, I like to get wing clip up on all of them and then just run away, but I got slowed. But no worries. That's also a really good place to pop deterrents. I probably should have done that just to be safe, but oh well. I'm going to drink to full mana. Well, actually, I'm going to drink to summon my pet. I think he's actually alive. Yeah, he's alive. Summon him, heal him, feed him, eat food, drink water. I'm actually moving a little slow, so what I'm going to do is, as soon as I get up to close to full mana, I'm going to actually bandage, because it heals you much quicker than eating. Feed my pet a little more food. I'm going to drop a frost trap right on this corner here. Then I'm going to catch up to these guys. I'm going to, oh, make sure you have cheetah on here. You're definitely going to want cheetah. I'm going to hunter's mark and aim shot the guy in the back. And I'm going to run and jump off the ledge. I'm going to send my pet in on one of them. Sending my pet in, what that's going to do is it's going to allow me to be able to feign death at some point, and the mobs will turn around and attack my pet. Which just buys me time when when they attack my pet. That lets me back off to max range and charge up an aimed shot. I don't know where. There's the other mastiff. I don't know what he's doing. He got trapped big time. Alright, I'm going to feign death here. I'm going to pop up and I'm going to kill the hunter's marked one with an aimed shot. I'm gonna send my pet. Oh, he didn't get aggro. That sucks. This corner is weird. Sometimes the mob will aggro or will be able to hit you from like an absurd distance away. Kind of annoying. But oh well. And as they get lower, they slow down. It's a pretty decent little Mastiff run there. It took longer than some of my quickest kills, but not too bad. Okay, so next thing's next. I'm going to heal my pet up to full. Alright, as soon as pet's full, I'm going to run up here, and then I'm going to use Eyes of the Beast. And then I'm going to run my pet up the ramp, onto this little balcony thing where all the Gordok spirits are. I'm going to line of sight him behind this far little column thing. This part that I'm doing right now is the key. This is the reason that hunters are able to do this. I'm going to feign death, I'm going to start drinking, and then I'm going to go ahead and send my pet in. It's going to take him a long time to run around, so I've got plenty of time to drink up to full. It's worth mentioning these Gordok spirits, if you're in their line of sight, you will be in combat no matter what. So if you ever need a drink, eat, do anything, do it down here, line of sighted from them. Alright, I want to have Aspect of the Hawk on. I'm going to put Hunter's Mark on Gordok, and then I'm going to move up and start an aimed shot. Alright, just do a little bit of damage to him, and then feign death. Alright, I've got... Oh man, the boss came back for me. What the fuck? Didn't even do anything to you, bro. Alright, well, good opportunity for me to show you how to kite the boss. I brought him to me, and then I jumped off the platform. I'm going to run him all the way around. It's actually pretty annoying, because I need to get aggro on this guy before he hits my pet. Got a Viper Sting on him, drop down, line of sight him. And my feign death is back off cooldown. The problem is the mage is right by my fucking pet. This is actually going to be problematic. I'm going to have to pop Cheetah here. My pet's going to take a bunch of damage. Oh no, he didn't, because the mage is running towards me now. Yeah, the aggro table on these guys is sometimes kind of weird. Like, I don't know why Gordok turned around and started chasing me after I feigned death that first time. Alright, so I'm 35% mana. I'm going to go ahead and drink. When you pop out of feign death and drink, always keep an eye on the boss. Every now and then he likes to turn around and smack you with his sword when you start drinking. If you watch out for it, usually you can get away from him without too much issue, but it's always good to keep an eye. I'm going to let this mage hit me once, because I've got plenty of health. Oops, let him hit me twice. That's not what I wanted. The reason I let him hit me once is because if he gets a spell off, it drains more mana, but I wouldn't have bargained for it if I knew he was going to hit me twice. That's my bad. Alright, so the goal here at this point is to just get the ad to where he's totally out of mana. So I'm gonna probably try to the two ads are right on top of each other. So I'm gonna probably try to first aid on this cycle here. Never first aid when the boss is running towards your pet, because when you first aid, it's gonna pull aggro. Okay, so I'm gonna let them get, they're super far away, which gives me plenty of time to first aid. Feign death. Sometimes the boss gets bugged like that, where he just runs back and forth. When he does that, make sure you stay line of sight from him. If you don't, he'll charge you, and then sometimes after he charges you, he'll re-aggro to you. So it's just an annoying little aspect of how this works. Yeah, see, he bugged there too. Ah, I was hoping to get a second aim shot off. I've got tons of mage water, so I'm essentially just drinking after every time I feign death to make sure I always have mana. Alright, I'm gonna get two aim shots off here. Nope, I'm not, because he did that stupid little bug where he turns around and I cancelled. I'll let the healer get as close to my pet as I can before I hit him with an auto shot, so that I'll have as much time as possible on the boss. I'm gonna pop my cooldowns here. Oh, I don't know why he randomly decided to turn around. That really sucks. All I got for my cooldowns was a one single aim shot, no auto attacks. Well, the run up to here, to the boss, was super clean, so definitely you can take some good tips, some good pointers away from that. The boss fight has been the worst I've had in a long time. That being said, the boss fight is the easy part, so if you can get down the first part that I showed of how to get through all the mobs and everything, that's the main goal. Always keep an eye on the mobs when you feign death, or when you pop out of feign death and they're still close to you. Just make sure they don't start running towards you. If they do, use the ledge to your advantage, jump down and start running the opposite direction. You can usually kite away and not have too much problem. Ooh yeah, this is going to be a good cycle. I should be able to maybe kill Gordok on this next cycle. He's at 17%. Um, I'm going to risk it. This has been kind of a bad boss kill, so to try to make up some time, I'm going to try to push to kill him on this cycle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit him with the aim shot. When I get aggro, ooh, I crit. Yeah, he's done for. I'm sending my pet in now. He's low, so he moves slower. My pet should stall him at some point. At some point, he should charge my pet and slow himself down. He never did, but I'm okay. And that's it. That's the kill. The boss kill was, like I said, pretty bad, but I'm not sure what my time is at. I forgot to start a timer. Let me look at the video timer. Um, I've been recording for 21 minutes, and I talked for, I don't know, probably about a minute before I entered. So a 20-minute kill. That's actually pretty bad compared to what I'm used to at this point. But um, I mean, a 20-minute kill is still makes this place easily worth it. Um, so I looted the boss. I'm gonna come over here and talk to Crom Crush. Um, he's gonna run off yelling at Fengus. I guess we started some shit. Um, but the reason that we're going to talk to him is because if you talk to him before you come and talk to Mizzle here, the little ogre, you'll get an extra item in the chest. So always make sure you do that. Also, we're going to check for tomes. There's one that spawns back here behind Chorush. We didn't get it this time, but always check this location for a dusty tome. Talk to Mizzle, get your king buff. Yeah, show me the tribute, bitch. Open the chest here. Ooh, we got 6 mana potions. That's awesome. 6 mana potions. That's 15 gold right there. And nothing worth trying to sell to another player in the chest, so I'll just go ahead and loot it all. For vendor, at the current time, the only things worth trying to sell to people are the Tarnished Elven Ring and the Rod of the Ogre Magi. Right now they go for 50 gold and 75 gold respectively. That being said, the amount of people who are interested in either of those items has drastically reduced over the last week and a half or 2 weeks. I suspect that in another 2 weeks, there will probably be very, very few people trying to buy those items, so it might not even be worth sitting around trying to sell at that point. Um, but it's okay. I mean, this place is still well worth it. If I don't stick around and try to sell items, I can get in, kill the boss, get out, reset, and start again in about 23 minutes on a good run. Actually, probably less than that. Probably closer to like 20 minutes, 21 minutes on a really good run. So if I can get in, kill the boss, get out, and restart in 21 minutes, that gives me, just under 3 runs an hour. Um, and depending on the loot that you get, I mean, I got 6 mana potions from this run, which is 15 gold. So 15 gold plus, and don't discount the roasted quail and the morning glory dew that you get. I mean, that stuff sells pretty good. Two silver per um, roasted quail. So a full stack is 40 silver. You get almost a full stack from each run. So between the roasted quail and the morning glory dew, that's about a gold. We got pretty shit items this run actually, but 3.5, 1.8, that's 5.3. The little gray stuff you get from the mastiffs. What did we get? The skull cracking mace, that's a good green to get. 5 gold there, 2 gold there, 6.5 gold there. I don't know if that was from this run or not. This is the shittiest item to get. It's a blue that gets 1 gold. This is the second shittiest item to get. It's worth 2 gold. So it was a really bad run overall for being lucrative, but still worth it. We're gonna go. I'll show you. You can go in here into the library, and there's a repair guy actually. So you can go and repair and sell all your shit, and don't have to go back to org or Thunderbluff or anything like that. So definitely a good resource to utilize. This is going to be my last run for the night, so I'm actually going to buy back my Morning Glory Dew just in case next time I log in I have trouble finding a mage to buy water off of. But that's it. I went ahead. I repaired, right? Yep. I repaired, sold all my shit. I'm gonna run out. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.